On my way to Sweden and Tivoli and the Kronborg. So this is Central train station is where we're starting the journey. I'll see you guys when I get there. Wow, this is their Penn station. Oh my God, look at this place, unbelievable. And now I gotta figure out, look at the signs, they're all in Danish. How the hell am I going? I have no idea. Interesting. Okay. I guess I'll figure it out as I go here.
Hello. หายแล้วเหรอไม่สบายก็เมื่อคืนฝันว่าหนูบ้าส่งโรงพยาบาลอาละวาดใหญ่ไอ้มดไปทำงานน่ะเขาเรียกอะไรเด็กคนนั้นเขาถามเราว่าพี่บอกอยากกินกุ้งเนี่ยบอกว่าไปกินมานะเย็นจะตายเขาชื่ออะไรมันร้านมันชื่ออะไรอ๋อใครเลี้ยงอยู่วะเนี่ยรักกันจีจ๋ามาเลยช่างรักลูกซื้อครีมล้างหน้ามันจะได้ไม่ไปเอาไปก็ลูกตายแล้วลูกค่าตั๋วก็พอกันนะบอกว่าจะซื้อกาแฟมัน65
Vi gør opmærksom på afgangsproceduren i Øresundstoget.
เกือบ10 ยูโร
For dig som passager betyder det, at når opmærksomhedssignalet lyder, lukker dørene og toget kører. Husk derfor at komme i god tid, når du skal med toget. Vi ønsker alle en god rejse. Toget standser ikke mellem Hellerup og Kokkedal.
โอเคไม่มีอะไรไม่หนาวเมื่อบอกว่าจะไม่เล่าเขาบอกโอ้โหเขาบอกว่าเกสรมันโลละ10,000นะเดี๋ยวเข้าไปเขาทำยาเข้าไปทำยาเขาบอกหอมมากเหรอมันถูกแดดนะสิ better get this side. They have the no.
Yeah.
Næste station, Niveau.
see Sweden.
No more. Wait a little.
Næste station, Helsingør. Toget kører ikke videre.
Is this Helsingborg?
Yeah.
Alt det rundt.
You can take a little.
Hey hun, well, I'm going to try to do my best here at the Wigglies. I'm sorry, but I mean, it is just absolutely, I'm actually, I'm kind of lost for words, to be honest with you. I mean, if you look around, I mean, I just came from that building, from the train. This is the corner, and then just all these, I mean, the colors, the architecture, then of course that. I'm really glad I came here to see that. I'm going to try to get as many videos and pictures as I can. Talk to you later. Alright, here's my walk in. From what I've been told, when the ships cross through, there's a castle on this side and a castle on Sweden side, and basically if they didn't pay their tax, they would basically shoot them from both sides. Here's a depiction of it right here. I don't know if you can see that. That's what the whole thing looks like from above. That's the whole castle layout right there. Pretty cool, huh? That is insane. Look at that. That is unbelievable. Basically, this is walking into the castle from the start, as you can see. I'm trying to walk slow. This is what you come up to right there. This is your first view. I mean, oh my God. If you can see. And if I pan to the left, there's doors. And up. And if I pan to the right. I guess the courtyard. In the courtyard anyway. Oh my God. This is the, I don't even know how to do this. There's a staircase up there, which you can't see, it's quite dark. But, oh man, this is tough. The castle. This is the pathway down. I gotta be very careful with my, holy cow. See little portals? I guess that's so they can see they can see out.
Very different from what we have downstairs in the real casemates. That's where we're going right now. And I'm actually going to take you rather far into the casemates to show you what it's like. And it is going to be quite uncomfortable down there. It is rather cold as well as humid, and it's very, very dark. So if you get uncomfortable, or anything at all, turn around and go back where you came from. Yes? Very good. Right this way.
And here we go into the dungeon. Let's see how this goes. I don't know if you can see the tunnel I'm going through, but what's...
The only thing that stands out is this is very, very definitely a gym. This was where the people who lived out here got their daily exercise. And you see, for every single corner of the castle, we have one separate casemate. This is the only one that is safe enough to walk through today. But they actually all had pretty much the same size and all had sort of the same things in them. So a gym in every single one, as well as a storage room for food, which is right next to here. Now, for each and every single casemate, the king had estimated that there could be about 300 to 500 men in. So there would have been about 300 or 500 men in here, approximately 400, let's just say 400 men living, crammed into these casemates. And in reality, the king really didn't need all these men on an everyday basis. He had far more men than he needed to man the cannons and secure the area day and night. And the rest of the people who were here, who were serving him as soldiers, were just here in case the castle was attacked or in case something happened.
Hey, Deb. It's me. I'm actually in the party hall. If you see how big this is, just got the history on it. This is basically where the king had his parties, and it lasted for 3 months. You look at the ceiling, it's absolutely the wood. I mean, all the original stuff on the walls is actually still original on the walls. If you can see there. And now I'm trying to have my face so you can actually see me talk. Let me actually get rid of that. There you go. No, you can't see me. But you can hear. I mean, it's insane. Absolutely beautiful, actually. So, here's my overview of Sweden. While it is actually a higher class look and feel to Copenhagen, it is actually cheaper than Copenhagen. If you come prepared, you probably would have a great time. However, the English is much less here than it is in Copenhagen, so I've been having a rough time with translations and everything else you could possibly think of. So That's definitely been a challenge, and I will have to remember that next time we're here. I gotta have a plan to some extent. Whatchamacallit? I'm still waiting for the ferry. That's the clock, the major tower. Haley, that's where I got all your candy. That was not in English, so I'm assuming. And then I asked the guy, and he's never met anybody from New York. So we got off pretty well. So he gave me a whole stack of stuff for you. So, all right, kiddo. All right, that's it for now. It's kind of like Port Jeff. If you look here, that's where I'm waiting for the ferry boat to come in, which I think that's it, actually. No, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's due in 15 minutes. So, all right, that's it for now. All right, guys. Love you, and can't wait to see you guys. Bye. All right, guys. It was a 500-meter walk to this spot. I'll give you a little history lesson. I'm at the corner of the castle, right where you're looking at. You can barely see it. It's Sweden. If you look down below here, you'll see cannons. Those are the cannons that shoot across and sink the ships if they don't pay their taxes to either side, which basically is Denmark or Sweden, and the actual castle itself. I hope you guys can actually see it. It is absolutely, I don't even know how to put it into words. It is just, it's insane. I mean, the way it's constructed, the grounds, everything. I mean, I hope I'm not going too fast, but it is just nuts. I'm gonna take a couple snaps with this one. So in here is the wishing well. You see all the crones. So let me give you a 360-degree view. Probably better off that way. I'm in the middle of the courtyard. You can see, I mean, all the way around. It is just insane. Absolutely insane.
Well, for Denmark, in so many ways. When I asked people from Denmark who he was, the one thing that they would tell me about him is that Frederick II was one king in between Frederick I and Frederick III. And that pretty much sums it up. Now this is due to the fact that Frederick was, beyond being a really, really good king, he was also a very proper man. He was the kind of man who went to the church every single Sunday. He was the man who was devoted to his wife and his children. He was the kind of king who never did anything over the top, too crazy, too dramatic. And that has left him virtually forgotten in Danish history. Because as it is, Danes, as well as a lot of other kinds of people, we like to gossip. We like the old gossip, dramatic stories. Obviously very, very, very messy. And for that reason, people didn't just have their little napkin to sort of keep themselves clean. They had two napkins. The private napkin was just one that you used to sort of cover yourself up so that you didn't ruin your beautiful silky dress. But the other napkin was a public napkin that everybody could use. And this was used for wiping off your fingers and blowing your nose into and wiping yourself around the mouth from time to time. And this was just the upper tablecloth. The upper tablecloth was used by everybody to sort of keep themselves clean. And only once or twice throughout such a dinner session would it be taken off. And then it would include everything. Everything would be taken except for the bottom tablecloth, and then a new upper tablecloth taken out and spread onto the table, and then new.
Okay, this is the Queen's living quarters. So before it was the King, this is the Queen. I mean, as you can see, it is quite stunning. The murals are just, I don't know, they're interesting. And the big one in the middle, you can see it. And that was from view. That's the cannons. Basically, right out the window, you can see the cannons. And then you can see basically a tenant, Sweden, and stuff outside.
So they kindly asked us never to do that again. But one of the things that he also did was to create an environment where everybody could have fun. He also created certain traditions that people really fancied, and one of them was called the gunpowder toast. The gunpowder toast was when the king felt that he was having a jolly good time. He would raise his glass, toast off to his guests, and then you could hear a salute of horns playing a little tune, followed by cannons firing a salute for the king's toast, and the gunpowder toast. Interestingly enough, this very castle is the only place where this ever happened, and it only happened on 2 different occasions. It was very famous nonetheless, and it actually appears no less than 2 times in the play of Hamlet. Now, many of the foreigners that are here today, many of you guys, and how to read them are always so dramatic and so filthy and so fun. And the way that these are made is that at the very, very top, you have a little name tag for each and every king. Here, for instance, we have, once again, an Eric. Not the one that I started telling you about, but another one called Eric Cloudpenny, Eric VI. Right underneath, there is a little text box, and this is the official story, told by the king about himself, what sort of king he was, and what he did during his reign. And the official story, by the way, written in German because that was the common tongue back then, is of course very, very lavish, very, very beautiful. It always tells a story about a very noble king who did heroic things during his reign. And as we are one of the oldest kingdoms in the world, we of course have had our fair share of rotten apples along the way. But not a single word about that up here. Only good things, only noble, magnificent things. Some of these stories are clearly made out of pure fiction. Some of them do have an element of truth to them, and some of them are completely true. We have also had some very good kings, but of course these are all represented from their best side possible. Now, the interesting thing about this particular king is that he was actually quite a rotten king. He wasn't a very good king. He was very, very greedy, and he had a tendency to collect far too high taxes from his people, especially his peasants. That also gave him his nickname, Plowpenning. It refers to the fact that he put a tax on the plow so that the peasants couldn't use the plow unless they paid the king to do so. Which, of course, the other way around also made them extremely poor, and they hated him for it. This, you cannot read from the official story, but you can read it if you're really sneaky. You can see it in the tapestry here behind the king himself. The king himself is always portrayed in a very, very neat way, and then behind him you'll see all sorts of things going on, referring to all sorts of sneaky little things. And here, for instance, we have the king himself on a horse, and right before him is a little servant. Now, if you look at the king and the horse that he's riding on, you'll see that they're both very well fed, and the king looks rather pleased with himself. Over one side, he's carrying a pouch of something. We don't know what it is, but it's filled, which is a reference to a Danish proverb that says, to have in pouch and in bag,
which is, again, a reference to being very, very wealthy and having more than what you need. And before him walks a little tired and very poor-looking person. This is the embodiment of his people, the poor people who walk around in torn clothing, unhappy and sad.
I'm trying to see anything that way, but that's the castle. I'm leaving Denmark, going to Sweden right now. Really can't see too much. So I gave my bottle of wine away to three, considering our grandparents, people sitting in the queue because I plugged my phone in underneath them and coming into the charge. So, paying it forward, man, paying it forward. Look at this. This is the boat I'm on. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. You can see this is the other side of that. I don't know what it is actually. It's a castle thing. But I'm gonna go this way. Just pan around where you guys can see. Which I think these are apartments where people live. And you'll get a retrospective of where I am. So I'm gonna walk over. You'll see exactly where I am. Not that easy. It is windy. Actually very windy. I'm probably gonna hate this video, but oh my god. Oh, I gotta stop and do it again. Honestly, I'm here. Well, I'm at the top of where you saw before. You can see the whole main city of Gothenburg, Sweden. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's high up and it's freaking cold, but I mean, it is what it is. I got one shot, see? So you guys get the feeling where I am here. I'm guessing I'm at the top. Go back around again. Sorry, I'll go slower. It's just quite cold. Let's go down here so you guys can really see. Well, this is the Clarion Hotel. I came right across the way that was Copenhagen. That's where I came from. Straight across. I'm gonna go down below in the streets, do some sightseeing, I guess.